Okay. I'm going to try this again. This is kind of a hard video for me. This is kind of part of the reason I think that I've avoided doing any real videos on this. I'm going to be walking around my garden. This is what I was supposed to get done that weekend. Talk about this. I'm going to try to do the best I can to control my emotions in this. It's hard, but at some point I just got to go with what I have. So I'm going to talk today about saving baby Cyrus. And you got to understand, I know this mom. I understand that makes me biased, and that's okay. I know this mom. I know this family. I know how close they are. And this one kind of does hit home a lot for me because Marissa is the name of my oldest daughter, who's about the same age as Marissa. Damn it. I'm sorry. Some of this emotion I can't help but have, and I can't do this video 1,000 times. I need to get it out. Anyways, and I don't script things, so it's hard sometimes to keep up when I get emotional. But anyways, and for a lot of people out there it is, but I wonder, like, for the people it's not, how is it not? I mean, people tell me all the time, Robert, choose a hill you're going to die on, because I stand up for liberty in a lot of ways. You know, some people will talk about, you know, my stand at CDH, or which, by the way, I won my case yesterday, but I couldn't be happy about that at all. That baby's still with her. Anyways, that baby still was with that mom. Who gives a shit? I mean, put me in prison. Just give that baby back to that mom. Anyways, that stuff is, you know, so many people tell me, you know, don't defame yourself. You know, you keep up the fight for CPS. If you go doing that stuff, you're just gonna look like a nut job when you try to help someone with CPS. But I can't help but stand for liberty. I understand everybody can't be that way. But come on, isn't this a fucking good hill to die on? Fuck it. Really? I mean, like, isn't this, like, what better a hill? I mean, it's that little innocent baby there. I mean, can you not see? Oh, like I said, I'm sorry. Maybe I'll go with a different video. I'm not sure, but I can't help but be emotional with this. This could be your kid. This could be your grandkid. This is my kid. I mean, I can't help but look at Marissa and see my daughter, Marissa. And we don't always agree on things. Me and my daughter. She's such a beautiful, awesome woman. She stands for what she thinks right. She doesn't mind telling her dad that, nope, I don't agree with that, Dad. This is why, and da-da-da, and we have discussions, hour-long discussions. But my Marissa, we have hour-long discussions. Shit. Anyways, we need to stand for this mom is the best we can. I mean, okay, now I need to try to give you guys some substance here. And CPS, check it out yourself. CPS is the largest child contributor to child sex trafficking rings in the nation, at least. But being that I think it's 60% of all child sex trafficking happens here in the United States, so we hold the largest share of the child sex trafficking market. It's probably the largest in the world. Now people say, well, there's good caseworkers, there's good cops. I don't disagree with that. Look at the turnover rate for caseworkers, okay? That they have like the highest turnover rate of any government agency. You know why? Because most caseworkers go into this thinking, I want to help children. I don't want that child to be left behind and you know, not have someone to protect them. You know, they see those commercials of those children and, you know, they want to help. They get into CPS and they can't handle it because they realize that they are actually harming children. And at least if they just ignore it They don't have to feel that guilt. They don't have to, and I understand that it's hard. This CPS stuff is really hard. This case is hitting me harder than normal, but CPS in general, this stuff is hard. It's people's children. And most of the time I can't get people to stand up. I mean, if you don't see a better chance to stand up for something than this, I mean, I don't know what to tell you. I mean, and if you've been affected by CPS, I understand the trauma you've been through. Okay, I've been affected by CPS not only as a child but as an adult. Okay, they took my family, not my kids. My kids have never been taken, but my sister's kids were taken. I became a licensed foster care provider to get them, and was denied because I reported sexual abuse in the foster home. Okay, now on their paperwork they say that I didn't understand their trauma needs, and they threatened the counselor so that he wouldn't put out a letter of support. He was going to, but he had to retract that. Anyways, which sounds familiar, right? With the physician's assistant here recently. Anyways, and sorry for the people who, I just noticed that I'm kind of walking around and walking in circles. This is me. This is how I try to keep off the emotions so that I can have somewhat of a coherent conversation with you guys today. I've gotten tickets for honking my horn because it's bothering people. Why isn't the kidnapping of this baby bothering people? Sorry, but anyways, look at how much support this family already has. If you're looking for a hill to die on, I mean, not literally, figuratively, just for the people who like to twist things. We're not asking for acts of violence. We're asking for severe acts of peacefulness and reaction to this child trafficking ring. If you don't like Ammon, I don't give a fuck. It's fine. Don't like Ammon. Don't go near him. Show up and stand for the baby. Screw Ammon. Screw me. Screw everybody. This baby. What are you going to do with this baby? Are you going to stand for this baby? Or are you going to let little personal bullshit, and I got some of it too, don't get me wrong, you got a little personal bullshit to get in your way of this hill. This hill. What are we going to do? I am not, just for the jokers out there, I'm not asking for any kind of violence. I'm asking for extremely peaceful and extremely, we need to make our voices heard so that it doesn't have to get to violence. I don't want violence. It's dumb. Most of the time you don't win when violence comes about. So we need to stay peaceful, yet we need to make it clear that we are done with this crap. Not just for this family, but for every family. Your family, maybe next. Oh, well, I don't have any kids. Oh, well, great. Don't you think it would be awesome to risk yourself out there? And sorry, I get off track a little bit, but for people who've had CPS cases, I understand. I get it. It's scary. Going out there and possibly exposing yourself to this organization that has traumatized you so greatly, tore your kids away. Sometimes in some of the worst times of your kids' life that they needed their mommy and daddy so much, but CPS kept them out. And the people who have known me for a while, yeah, you've always known me as a CPS guy. What you don't understand is all the stuff that I deal with in quiet, where we don't have parents that have the strength to stand, or because publicly somebody will say something because, 10 years ago they had a meth charge. All of a sudden, CPS must be right. There's more to the story. And, all those people out there, well, CPS just doesn't take kids. You don't know what you're talking about. Talk to caseworkers. Talk to people who work at health and welfare that aren't caseworkers. People will qualify. Yes, I work for health and welfare, but I'm not a caseworker. I mean, all the time. And, they know there's a problem. Reform. Yeah, reform got us where we're at. This organization cannot be allowed to take this baby. Period. This is BS. This is crap. And for another thing, okay, that I don't have a lot of faith in attorneys. I'll tell you that. Okay, but These attorneys have kicked ass, okay? I have experience with CPS and activism. I've been in this, for people who don't know, I've been in it. I think we decided yesterday, I have a hard time with time, but anyways, about 8 years. I think it's been almost 8 years I've been doing this, and I've helped out hundreds of families, okay? I've done this a lot, okay? And I've worked with attorneys. I've helped them, you know, a lot of times they put a gag order in place, you know, like in this instance. So there's some stuff that I can't help out with, but you know, this is not the first time working with attorneys, and I can tell you these attorneys aren't the run-of-the-mill attorneys. These attorneys have their heart in it. They're trying to do anything and everything they can within their power to try to help these families. I have never seen, never, that a shelter care hearing has gone on for this long. They're usually about 15-20 minutes, and the judge rubber stamps it and it goes on. And I'm not saying that it doesn't exist out there, but from my experience, from, I don't know, anywhere from 300 to 500 cases, I have never seen that shelter care hearing go that long. And to reschedule it for the next day, usually it's 2 weeks if they do reschedule it. And that's for you to get an attorney. I've only seen one kid ever given back at the shelter care hearing. And that's because they had, you know, we talk about, you know, stupid allegations, dirty dishes, toilet seat being left up, the family being too close. You know, we talk about ridiculous allegations like this, but in this instance, there was actually 0 allegation against mom. There was no allegations at all, and they took her anyways. That's the only time I've ever seen the shelter care hearing produce anything. These attorneys were up against a Goliath, and we need to, you know, I mean, it would be great if we had just that David, right, that just goes in there and, you know, gets his sling and boom, there's that one thing and it's done. Goliath falls. But that's not how this works. We're not David, but together we are the body, and together we can do this. We can expose this whole corporation. If you've had trauma with this, please come down and support. And I understand that you have stuff going on and you'd like the exact same amount of help, and we're doing the best we can with what we can. Here's the problem. There's not a lot of us that understand this system that don't get paid by this system. So we're trying, I promise you, we are trying to do our best. And we are working hard on this, so hard that I got sick over it, physically. I don't want this to be too long, but I just want to encourage people to get up, get out there, do stuff. I've gotten horn tickets past, what? I got 2 horn tickets, 3 horn tickets. Yeah, that's okay. I don't mind. This baby's worth it. If you know, if they want my house, I'll give them my house. I'll give them my net worth for this baby. Why? Fuck money. People are more important. Sorry if I ramble on. Like I said, this is a little emotional. I'll try to pick the videos where I was the least amount emotional and where I tried to keep on key the most. If this is that one, I'm sorry it's not the best, but I got to get something out, and this one's running the longest, so it might be it. But anyways, thank you for paying attention. Please support the baby. Whatever you can do. I understand some people are in a tough situation, but we have such a great opportunity, not only for this family, but for the cause in general. If we can just make this that hill. Please stand with me and with this family on this hill. And let's walk away from this hill all alive. If we stand together, we don't have to die on this hill. We can live on this hill. Anyways, I don't know if I covered everything I'm supposed to, but anyways, I hope to see you guys out there. I'm trying to do stuff from home today, so, but I'm planning on being there tomorrow, but I might be sick again. So if you're worried about that, I'm perfectly okay with you keeping your distance, but sick or not, tomorrow I'm definitely going to be back out there. Thank you.